Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie Merson and I'm currently a 6th grade teacher in the Central Buck School District. Here's a picture of my family, my husband Dave, my daughter Amelia who's 4, my daughter Scarlett who's 2. There's a picture of them from last Halloween. I'm currently going back to get my master's in assessment, curriculum, and teaching with a concentration in STEM ed. And I originally wanted to become a teacher because I was a terrible student and I had very few teachers that I connected with and were able to engage me in the learning process. And so I want to be that for my struggling students. And the reason I'm going back to get my master's with that STEM concentration because I see how much joy my 4-year-old and my 2-year-old get when they're a part of a STEM activity, and I want to bring that to my classroom. And so I think that I teach 6th grade, and my students learn by doing. Anything that forces them to get up and try it, they're learning. When they can make a connection to their life between the lesson and making it relevant to them, they're learning more. When they feel comfortable making mistakes, they're going to learn more. And then when they can, they learn in those social relationship kind of areas. So group work, small partner work, those kinds of things they learn best. And so I think the best way to teach is just to know your kids. And I think once you know your kids and you build relationships with them, trust will come and teaching will be a lot easier. And just allowing them to become kids and not expecting them to be little robots throughout the day. So building in moments where they are allowed to just be kids. And that's, I teach 6th grade, the big kids in the building. And so they need to be kids too. And then focus more on the process than the end result. So focus on the learning, not on that grade at the end. The issues that influence my students the most are the social emotional health. And so the way that I respond to that is by having daily classroom meetings. It's my favorite part of the day. We do so many different things, but they always focus on my students' social emotional health. The next issue is whether or not my students have growth mindset. It affects everything that they do. And so the way that I respond to that issue is by not only explicitly teaching growth mindset, but by modeling it when things come up that are really difficult for me or challenging for me. I model growth mindset in front of my class. And then the last thing is that whether or not they have a safe classroom community. And how I respond to that is by making a lot of mistakes in front of them, apologizing a lot, and just modeling how to work through those different types of things that just come up. I'm really excited to take this course. When I went to get my bachelor's, I think I only took 2 psych courses, and I think psychology of teaching is equally, if not more important than just the content areas that you are an expert in. So in that first article, Habits of Mind, what really stood out to me was the data. And so sometimes we read these really good sounding teaching articles or books, but they don't have data to back them up. So to see that was really awesome. And what it really showed me was that I can teach specific intelligence behaviors through Habits of the Mind framework. So if my student's having an issue with remaining calm, thoughtful, and reflective, I can connect that to the Habits of the Mind, which was managing impulsivity, and then I can use that to help teach and guide my student. In the Mindsets article, it really just pushed out how important mindset is, and then understanding how my students' socioeconomic status can affect their mindset and how their socioeconomic status, it's not their fault, and so their mindset isn't their fault. And so just being able to teach them tools and tricks to have a growth mindset. I've seen the Dweck and the Duckworth videos a few times, and every single time I love them, and every single time something else pops out. And so I just love the real life examples of how mindset and grit can cause positive outcomes. I love hearing those real life examples. And then the importance of not only teaching growth mindset and grit, but also having them ourselves as teachers, especially when new things pop up. My concerns about this class, I first thought of this quote by Maya Angelou: do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. And I think I've already learned a lot of things, and I know I'm going to learn a lot more things that would help my classroom and help my students succeed. But it's a lot. And so I want to make sure that I don't, because it's so much, duck my head in the sand and not teach anything or not do anything and not to make my classroom better. So figuring out how to take what I'm learning and put it into my classroom in a practical way that works for me and works for my students as well. And the way that I learn best with interest and being able to have a connection with what I'm learning about, and then having multiple opportunities to learn that, and then having relationships and trust with my class and with my teacher as well is really helpful to me as a learner. All right, thank you so much for watching my video. Bye.